Hi, my name is Shai. I'm legally blind, and today I'm going to show you how to make your phone talk to you and read for you without turning on voiceover. So, if you are a person with normal vision, I'm sure this has happened once before in your life. You're using your phone, you're going through some stuff, doing whatever you're doing, and you accidentally turn on VoiceOver. VoiceOver is the screen reader that blind people use to read their phone screens. So it looks kind of like this. So you slide your finger over, and and you use. It reads everything on the screen, and it's really overwhelming if you don't need it. Even I forget some of the gestures sometimes. I'm going to turn that up. Okay, so enough of that. But that's a lot. It's a lot if you're sighted because you don't need it at all. And even some people who are on the vision spectrum, if you have an okay amount of vision and something like Zoom is enough for you, so if you can just tap your screen and make everything huge and that's enough for you, like I'm just gonna zoom in really big and that makes it easy for you to see, then you might not need voiceover. But it might be helpful in situations where you're reading maybe like an article or something really long where you're like, I don't want to read all of this. I know my eyes are going to get tired. Even if you're sighted and you're just, I don't want to say you're lazy, but sometimes we don't feel like reading. Like you could be doing homework on your iPad or reading an article for school on your phone and you just don't want to read it. You can use this feature too. It's like not just for blind people. It's also for sighted people that don't feel like reading. And I'm going to show you how to turn it on. It's not voiceover. It's not as scary as voiceover, and it doesn't take over your whole phone the way that voiceover does. So first thing you're going to need to do is open your settings. So we're going to go over to settings on our beautiful iPhone screen. Here we are. And I'm going to scroll until I find, I'm going to go back because I was already in it. I'm going to scroll until I find accessibility. I personally need Zoom to read the screen, so I will be using that. So here is accessibility. So now I'm in the accessibility page. And you'll see Zoom, you'll see VoiceOver. But if you look, it is the, let's see, VoiceOver, Zoom, magnifier, which is also cool. I'll do a video on that. We have right here spoken content. So I'm going to click spoken content. Now this is a whole nother tab. I don't know when they added this to iOS because it definitely has not always been here. I have no idea when they added it. But it's super helpful. And it's called spoken content. And see, there's like settings in here. So let's go through it. Let's go through how to turn it on, how it works, what it is, all that jazz. So I'm going to zoom in here. First of all, let's turn it on. So speak screen, there's two. So there's speak selected. A lot of sighted people use that sometimes, like for jokes. Speak selected, we're going to turn it on and test it out. So I can just show you what it is. So with speak selected, you will, I'll use it on like my Postmates text messages so I can show you guys. Okay, so here's my Postmates conversation, one-sided. I've select this message and it's got all these options. And one of those, since I have speak selected on, is speak. So I'll click speak.
Thanks for your order. A postman will start working on your order soon.
and then it reads it out loud. And you could do that with anything. You select it, you choose speak instead of copy, paste, whatever. You choose speak, and it reads it out loud. So that's something that a sighted person could use if you don't feel like reading. It's also just convenient if you can't read at the moment. So there's that. But it gets better. I promise. I promise it gets better. So we have speak selected on. Next option is speak screen. I cannot read that, but it says swipe down with 2 fingers. Okay, I remember how this works. So I'm going to turn speak screen on. And this is just going to read your whole screen. But it's not on all the time. You have to take 2 fingers and you have to swipe, go to the very tippy top of the screen and swipe down.
Speak selection on. A speak button will appear when you select text. Speak screen on. Swipe down with 2 fingers from the top of the screen to hear the content of the screen. On the screen. Speech controller on. Highlight content on. Highlight content as it is spoken. Typing feedback. Voices. Speaking rate. Speaking rate 67%. Pronunciations.
And there we go. That's what it's at. So that was speak screen, and that will happen. Let's say I go back to this Postmates conversation. I swipe my 2 fingers down.
+1 323 433 5692.
It's reading this entire
+1
page.
323 433
Everything that's on the screen right
your
now
order
is
is out for
being
delivery.
read.
Your Postmates Aluwasoon will drop off your items in 3 minutes. +1 323 433
Anyway,
5692. Your Postmate Aluwasoon is arriving soon. +1 323 433 5692. Please meet your Postmate Aluwasoon to collect your order.
Where you would pause it. We're going to go back to the player because that's important. So anyway, going back, let's close out of messages. We're back in here now in our settings. So now we want speech controller. So the speech controller is on. And the speech controller is very similar to the Zoom controller. It's like this little guy. Hold on. I need to find it. I don't see my speech controller. It looks like a little arrow. Where is it? Awkward. Oh, is that it on the top? Can't grab it. That's it right there. It looks like an arrow in a circle. I found it. I can't get it, but I found it. Oh my god. Unfortunately, you can't make the speech controller bigger. Okay, I got it. That's what it looks like. I usually keep mine on the side right here because it's easy to get to. So you can control the settings for this little controller and what it does when you tap on it. So, for example, a long press, meaning you hold down on it, a double tap on it does something else. So let's say long press. What does my long press? Long press. My long press is currently set to read all content. So read the whole screen just like the swipe down does. That's what my long press is currently set to do. And then I have my double tap set to speak on touch. Speak on touch is my favorite way to use this. Speak on touch means that if I double tap this little speech controller, it turns into a finger with a pointer. And then as soon as I hold my finger down, it starts reading whatever's my fingers under.
Long press. Read all. Idle opacity. 100%.
And it changes as it moves.
The speech controller. Speech controller. The speech. Idle
and
opacity.
As soon as I lift my finger,
long press. Read all content.
It stops. So it's not like VoiceOver where it's taking over your screen and it's always there and it's living its life, doing its job when you don't need it to. This, as soon as you lift your finger, it's done. And if you want it to read everything, you long press.
Show controller on. The speech controller allows quick access to speak screen and speak on touch.
I long pressed on it and now it's reading my entire screen.
And tap on the finger icon to start speak on touch, then tap or drag anywhere on the screen to hear the content under your finger. Lift your finger to exit speak on touch. Controller actions. Long press. Read all content. Double tap. Speak on touch. Idle opacity. 100%.
And you can pause it. So this is the player. This thing is cool. You can also get to this if you just single tap on the controller. So I'm going to do that because it just went away. So I'm single tap on the controller and now my whole player comes up, and from here you can choose speak on touch, you can press play and it'll read everything, or you can, and it went away again, you can choose the speed. So
100%.
That's very slow.
100%. 100%. 100%. 100%.
Now,
100%.
it's not as many options because you choose the speed overall in the settings.
Show controller. On. The speech controller allows quick access to speak screen and speak on touch.
So
expand the controller and press play to start reading all content. Expand the controller and tap on the finger icon to start speak on touch, then tap or drag anywhere on the screen to hear the content.
But yeah, that's how it works. That's basically it for spoken context. Let me double check and make sure I'm not forgetting anything because I could totally be forgetting something. Hold on. Okay, typing feedback. I have it. Let me go into it. So typing feedback is a whole nother thing in spoken content. I think I have my typing feedback to say characters. Okay, so I'm going to turn on right now. Let me show you what it sounds like.
Capital G. D. W. H. O. C.
Right
T.
now, I just have it speaking
Capital G.
characters. And I backspace.
Capital G. Capital H. E. L. L. O.
But if I want to change it to speak the words as they finish it, it would have said hello after I just finished that. So let's try that. Let's turn these features on and play with them a little bit. So I think speak words was this, yeah. So I'm going to turn that on and let's test it out.
M. Y. My. N. A. M. E. Name. I. S. Is. Capital X. H. Y. X. H. Y.
Rude. You couldn't say my name? She said XHY. Disrespectful. But you get it. So at first I had it only on to read the characters themselves. And then I had it on Alexa, stop. Rude. So at first I had it on to speak the characters themselves. And then I turned it on to speak the word as I finish it. So that was obvious.
T. H. A. N. K. Thank.
Something else I can do is phonetics and all that, but I'm not interested in all of that. But you get it. And yeah, those are the spoken context settings, and that is spoken context. And I use that in conjunction with Zoom, and it allows me to completely use my phone with absolutely no issues. And I don't know, it just makes my life easier. So if you are on the vision spectrum, but you don't need voiceover, this might be something you're interested in, something that could help. If you are not on the vision spectrum, sometimes you just don't feel like reading it, because I totally get it. You can use it. Also, if you use Zoom, but you don't use any screen reading right now, maybe try spoken context. It's really good for when you get eye strain. Because your eyes are really tired and they don't want to be reading anyway, so make someone else do the work, I mean, why not? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to at least some of you that watched it. And if it was, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you even slightly kind of sort of maybe enjoyed this, or my face, or anything really, subscribe. Because I'd really appreciate it. I promise I'm going to post more. I know, everyone says that. But I will. I promise. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.